Hello, just sending out links, don't mind me. Okay. Link sent. Hopefully people get it. Hopefully you hear me. Test, test, test. I wish there was a way for me to test where I could hear it. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit. Hopefully people will show up. I got one person, I think. If you can hear me and it sounds good, say okay, or I hear you in the chat if you can. Nope, that person's gone, says. So it's probably just some random person. Well, while we're waiting or we're about to get started, I have just a beginner's yoga flow. We're just gonna do some easier sequences that aren't super intense with lots of variations, so you can choose which one you want. And at the end, we'll just kind of do some recovery poses where you just kind of lay there. You won't have to really do too much. We'll start on the floor, then we'll kind of get up and do some stuff standing while also flowing up and down. And then we'll go to the floor and just stay there for the rest of the time. My computer should not restart this time like it was going to. It was threatening last time. So there's that. And hopefully you have some props. I have some props and a dog here. I have a towel that I just folded. I folded it in half and then I folded it in half again. I would definitely recommend at least this if you have a towel. And I have another blanket here just in case I want it. And I got 2 yoga blocks, which I definitely recommend, even if you don't think you need blocks. They're really good for just helping you find that stretch in your body, because everyone's body is different. I also have a belt here. This is also optional. If you don't have a belt, you can always grab like a small hand towel so you can grip it this way. This will just be for when we're having our hands behind us and we want to like stretch it out, right? So that's if you can't like interlace your fingers behind you with your palms together, so it looks like this behind your back. So that's just another option. We'll go through all that when we get there. So just make sure you have your props nearby. Go ahead and put your blanket on the mat, fold it up. To start, let me move this thing. Come here. There you go. And let's go ahead and get started. So here we go. I'm going to start some music, and hopefully this is also at a good volume. We'll see. Just some chill music. Let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and get to your mat. You're going to take a seat in, it's called easy pose, but just cross your legs. I'm sitting on the blanket, so I'm raised up just a smidge. This will help any tight hips. If you have even tighter hips, you can sit on the block. And I just want you to breathe for a second. I need to breathe because I was just running around just now. Notice how you're feeling today. Are you stressed? Do you need to stretch anything out? Are your shoulders tight? Are they up in your ears because you're hunched over at a computer? Just rolling back. Nice tall spine. Think about a string at the top of your head, the crown of your head. It's pulling you upwards through the top of your head. Just breathe. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. If at any time you need to breathe throughout your mouth, that's fine too. There's no rule saying you have to only breathe in and out of your nose. Just do what feels good. So let's bring our hands to heart. I'm going to say this a lot today. So this is where it is. Your hands are at your sternum, basically. Still that tall posture. And on your next inhale, I want you to sweep your left hand over to the right. So you can totally mirror me today. I'm going to teach this in a mirrored fashion. So we're going to you can face the screen the entire time. On your next inhale, come on up. And exhale, other side. Now, I don't care how far down you get. Go ahead and open your chest up to me so you feel the stretch on the right side of your body. On your next inhale, come back up. Let's do that again. Exhale to the side, lifting your chest up. Inhale up. Exhale, other side. Dog must have heard something. And come back, hands to heart center. Let's move into a tabletop position. So for this, for one, get your pets out of the way. Get into all fours. I'm going to put my knees on the towel so they have extra padding. If you don't like the towel, you can remove it. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're going to just go ahead and do some cat-cow. So on your next inhale, you're going to push your stomach to the earth. And exhale, arch your back like a cat. Do it again. Inhale. This is cow. Exhale, arch your back. Do it again. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Floating tabletop. Let's try that. So you're in your normal tabletop position, like you can put something on your back. And we're going to take our back hand and front leg, so it's opposite hand, opposite foot. And you're going to reach out. Inhale. Exhale, pull it. Inhale, reach out. Exhale. In. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. Go ahead and put it all down. Just kind of waking up those wrists. You can paw the ground like you're kneading dough if you have a cat. Let's do the other side. So this time, front arm, back leg is going to move. Ready? Inhale out. Exhale in. So when you come in, try to bring your knee and elbow and nose together. And if it gets to be too much, you can always put the arm down and just do the leg. Go ahead and do one more, wherever you're at. And put everything down. Shift back into the hips for child's pose. Now we have some options here. If coming down is you're kind of tight and you can't get your hips all the way down, which first of all is fine, you can grab a blanket or pillow and put that there to sit on if that feels good. I would suggest just trying it today, see how it feels. And if it doesn't feel great, just take it out, right? Now, if you can put your head down on the mat, that's also great. But if you can't, grab a block and stick your forehead on it. Now, even though I can get my head all the way down to the mat, I find this actually feels better for me today. So I'm going to stick with this. Another option is you can grab 2 blocks. Put your hands on those blocks as you spread out. This might give you more space if you feel you need it. You can always experiment with how close those knees are together, or maybe they're a little spread apart. But I want you to keep in mind today that this pose is available for you whenever you feel like you need it. So if you need a break, just come in child's pose. Let's try one more variation. Take your arms, put them next to your feet. Breathe. All right. On your next inhale, come up to a seated position. Then lift your hips to all fours. And what we're going to do is walk forward into a forward fold. So I'm going to just lift my hips up to the sky and then walk my feet in. Do what feels right for you, though. So you're at the top of the mat. Your feet can be together, or if it feels a little better, spread them apart. But I want your knees bent here. So hands can touch the ground, or if you want to use blocks, you can touch your blocks. Blocks are always a great option, especially for me since I have really tight hamstrings. Go ahead and grab both of your elbows. Put your belly on your thighs. Let those knees be soft, as I said. Just breathe, pressing through all 4 corners of your foot. Start to nod your head yes. Now shake your head no. Try that again. Nod yes. And then shake no. You can even sway. Just wiggle around. By now you're probably like, okay, this is a lot. Let's go ahead and inhale, stand all the way up, hands up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. So for a lot of our poses today, you'll have an option of having your hands on your hips, hands at your heart, or if you're feeling good, you can put your hands up. Just know you have that option. Let's work on this mountain pose a little. Go ahead and put your hands to your sides with your palms facing forward. So from this angle, it looks like this. Remember, feet can be together or maybe a little spread apart if it feels more stable. Roll the shoulders back. I want you to lift your toes, engage your glutes and your quads, but don't lock out the knees. Breathe. Put your toes back down. We're going to do a little flow here. So I want you to breathe in, hands all the way up, and exhale, forward fold. Let the knees bend. Inhale, halved, come up. So you're straightening the legs and back. Exhale, forward fold. This time we're going to step our front foot back. So if you're mirroring me, that would be your right foot. And then go ahead and let that knee come down to the ground. So you're in a kneeling position. So go ahead and lift your torso up. Put your hands on your hips. Are your hips level? Chest is proud. Squeeze your glute and you'll start to feel a little stretch on the front. If it feels better, you can always point your toe instead of having it tucked under. Whatever way makes you feel more stable. If you'd like, hands to heart center. You can stay here and stabilize. Or you can lift your hands all the way up. Ooh, my shoulder's cracked. We're going to breathe. On your next exhale, if your hands are up, lower them down. Now, if you have blocks, I would suggest grabbing them just in case. Put them next to your foot. We're going to do something for our hamstrings. Now, you see my back is kind of rounded here. I want a nice long spine here. Go ahead and scooch that front foot forward a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I'm scooching it. And then sit back a little bit and pull those toes up. So, depending on where you are today in your hamstrings, you can come up high on the blocks. Keep that back nice and long. If you're feeling good, you can turn them to the side. Or maybe all the way down. Oof, see, this is where it gets harder for me. Or if you don't need the blocks, your hands can be on the ground, right? Depends on your flexibility. Everyone's different. Everyone has different genetics. And also, if you sit at a desk all day like me, you're going to feel it more probably. Awesome. Go ahead and shift back into that leg. Stretch that hip flexor now. On your next inhale, shift back again. Keep that spine long. You don't need to be folded all the way forward. I want you to feel a stretch. Don't worry about what you look like. Just go to where you feel that stretch. Come back forward. Inhale. Exhale. Last time on your next inhale, shift back, stretch. See if it feels a little better this time. All right, go ahead and back to that kneeling position where you're at 90-90. Tuck the toe under. Lift and come back to forward fold. Remember, feet together or a little apart. And we're going to come to a chair pose. So lift up your torso, sit down in a chair, hands to heart center. This is already a lot, but if you want more, you can put the hands up. Totally an option. I'm going to stay at heart center though. And try not to let your butt stick out too much. Just kind of tuck it under, like you're trying to sit very carefully on a chair. Go ahead and fold forward again. Exhale. Let the knees bend, belly on the thighs, look between your legs. Let's do that little combo we did before. So we're going to inhale all the way up. Exhale down. Let the knees bend. Inhale halfway up. Exhale all the way down. This time, step the back leg back. So this will be your left leg if you're mirroring me. Go ahead and get into that, put the knee down on the mat and get into that kneeling pose. Hands at your hips. Squeeze your glute to help open up the front. Hands to heart center or all the way up. Stabilize. It's part of it. And exhale, come down. Grab your blocks if you need them. Shift that forward just a bit, maybe a lot in my case. We all have different length limbs and spines. So sit back, lengthening the back of that leg, pulling the toes up. Long spine if I haven't said that already. This leg is a lot tighter for me, so I'm going to go up to this. Come back to that kneeling, but shift forward into the hips. Make sure the knee is stacked no further than that ankle. So if your knee is totally over your foot, shift your foot forward a little more. Inhale, shift back. Oh, I forgot to elongate my spine. I was hunched over. Get more stretch if it's nice and straight. Exhale forward. Inhale back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale back to that kneeling position. Hands on the ground. Get back to forward fold as best you can. Remember, knees are still soft. Come up to that chair pose. Hands wherever you want them. Imagine that string is still pulling out of the top of the head. Exhale, fold forward. Let knees bend. Inhale, halfway up, straighten. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, heart, hands to heart. This time, I want you to step your front leg out wide. So, just a wide stance, really wide stance. I want you to turn your left foot to the side, and then your right foot, kick that heel out. So it's like 45-ish degrees. If it's pointing forward still, that's fine. We're going to bend the knee. and face in the direction of that knee. So this is already a lot of work, okay? Especially the deeper you get, it starts to get harder. So hands can totally stay here on your hips, and you can try to have your hips kind of forward, in that same direction, but our skeletons don't go that way. So if it's kind of a diagonal, you're good. But try to get that torso forward. You can have hands here if you're feeling good, or all the way up. And this is called Warrior One. I want you to press through both feet, especially that back foot on the edge. And on your next exhale, coming up. Feet forward. And I want you to tip at the hip. So it's a wide-legged forward fold, and I want you to stay halfway up. And then on your next inhale, try to go further if you can. So blocks are another option here. Try to keep the spine long. Nice long spine. All right. Come halfway up if you're not already there. Hold here, hands on your hips. And then the rest of the way up. Now we're going to do something a little different than normal. Instead of going back to this side of the mat, we're going to switch so you can keep facing me. So turn your foot this way, step in, and we're going to do that little sequence again. Go to chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to center, heart center. This time, this leg is going to step out. Okay. So toes forward first, and then you turn that right foot, then the left foot. Try to face that way to the right, bend the knee. Hands to hips, hands to heart center, or all the way up if you're feeling it. Try to tuck that hip. So again, you don't want this big arch. So this will get a nice, good stretch on that leg. And exhale, come on out of it, straighten up. Come to center, toes pointing to me. Now, this is where I was talking about that clasped hands thing. So you're going to clasp behind, and I want your the heels of your hands to touch. So it's not like this behind your back. If you can't do that, that's okay. And you can always have the option of the strap as well. So nice proud posture with your chest. And tip forward. Keeping those palms together. And when you're ready, come even further. If you have that range, you come down, and I want you to pull your hands as high as they can so you can let the palms come apart here. A nice shoulder stretch while we're stretching our legs as well. Come on up. Halfway. So hands on hips. And on your next inhale, all the way up. Let's go back this side. So step on in. Chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway up, straightening everything out. Exhale all the way down again. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's step out again. This time, we're going to do warrior 2. So we're still going to turn out that left foot. Turn the right foot as much as you can. We're still going to bend the knee, but you're going to keep facing me. You can always scooch the feet out a little more if you need it. I want you to roll your shoulders back. Again, this is already pretty intense. You can stay here with your hands on your hips or here, or if you want to add more weight, hands out. Rotate those palms up. Feel the back engage if your hands are up. And then flip the hands again. You ready for a challenge? We're going to reach forward, reach over to the left. Put your forearm on your thigh. Hand can be here, hand can be here. Whatever feels best. Oh, we have a visitor again. Hello, visitor. On your next inhale, come on up, straighten the leg. And I want you to scooch your feet together just a smidge. Okay. Hands out. We're going to let our hips go out to the right. And we're going to come down the triangle. So I'm going to grab a block. I always felt like I didn't need a block, but I tried it with a block. And I'm like, oh, this feels even better. So I'm going to use a block now. Hand can be up. Hand can be here. Maybe you even wrap it around if you feel like you can do that and it feels good. I like doing this because it feels like a good twist. Keep your chest proud. So if you have your arm up, just pretend you're looking into your armpit. Oh, I'm sorry, I was doing extended angle. Hands go straight up for this. All right. Go ahead and let that knee bend again, and then come up. Come to center. Whew. Let's go ahead and do another forward fold. Halfway. And then all the way down as much as you can. Anytime if you need to bend the knees to give them a break, do it. Put your hands on your hips. Inhale halfway up. On your next inhale, all the way up. Other side. So we're going to step in, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, let the knees bend. Inhale halfway up, flat back extension. Exhale all the way down again, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to extended mountain. And exhale, heart center. Step out wide again. Turn your right foot to the right. Left heel kicks out. Ooh. Hips are still square-ish to me. Then the right knee so it goes in line with that foot. Remember, you can always scooch it if you need it. Hands can totally stay here because this is already intense. Or here. Or if you're feeling it, go here. Remember, if you need it, rotate those hands up to engage the back and then flip them back over. We're going to work on this leg a little more. Reach over to the right. Come to extended side ankle. If you don't like if you want to do something a little more, instead of having your arm on the leg, you can always come down to a block or the floor if that feels good. I'm going to stay here though. Remember, open that chest. And go ahead and stand back up. Scooch the feet in just a little bit. And so now, since our legs are straight, that hip kind of naturally wants to go over to the side. Let it do it. Hands out wide. Reach. And then come down the triangle. And this is where I'll use my block. So you can look up at the hand if you have it up, or down at the floor. Hand can be here or here. You've got options. Go ahead and bend that knee, the right knee, and come on up. Toes point forward. Interlace behind. Hands touching. Tip forward with that long spine. As much as you can. It might not be far. And all the way down. Pulling those hands. Let the head hang. Release your hands to the floor. Now put your hands on your hips. Come up halfway if you're not there already. And then all the way up. Let's turn back over to the left. Step on it. Let's do one more sequence. Chair. On your next exhale, fold forward. Let the knees be soft. Inhale halfway up, flat back extension. Hands on shins or knees or thighs. Exhale, forward fold. And now inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. I think we have time for a little bit of balance. Let's try it. So go ahead and step forward. I'm going to move. Should I do this? Yeah, let's move this. Feet together. I want you to take your right foot, cross it over. Having the toe touch on the ground, totally fine. If this is already a lot, hands on your hips. Otherwise, right hand goes under, left hand goes over, and you can have the tops of your hands touch. Pull your shoulder blades down and back. If you want more, you can lift the leg, or you can even wrap it around if that's available to you. Ooh, falling is fine. Falling is fine. It's part of life. Just get back into it. And exhale, release it all. It's the other side. So left foot crosses over. If you want hands, left arm goes under, right hand goes over. Okay. Remember, tall posture, shoulder blades down and back. If you want to lift that leg, it's fine. If you want to bind it around, that's fine. And release. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put this back here so I can sit on it. Make your way to the floor any way that you can. You can sit on that blanket. Have your feet out in front of you. So having the blanket's going to help lift you up a little bit, especially if you have tight hamstrings. Knees can be kind of soft. I want you to pull those toes back. Nice long posture. Big inhale in. Exhale, start to fold forward. Keep the spine long. Okay. So if your back starts to round, then just stop. Inhale in. Exhale, start to crawl your way forward a little more until you can't do it anymore. Inhale. Exhale, maybe a little further. As long as you're feeling the stretch in your legs, right? That's as far as I can go. Maybe you can go further. All right, come on out of it. Let's go ahead and take your front leg, cross it over, and then you're going to take your back arm. So your right leg is crossed, your left hand is going to come on the other side of your leg, so you twist. So a hand can be up like this. Oh, HelloFresh is here. And you can engage that other foot if you'd like. If it feels good, try to look over your right shoulder. On your next exhale, gently come out of it. Those feet forward, maybe shake it out. Other side. So the left leg or the back leg, and then your right arm, the opposite arm basically. And twist. Again, blocks are helpful here too. You totally bring the floor to you. It feels better. On your next exhale, look back towards your feet and then release. Unwind your feet. Do a little bit of recovery work. This is the fun stuff. So I'm going to suggest you take the blanket out from you if you have it. And I want you to gently lay back. I'm going to grab my knees. Come back. Put the feet down next to your hips, about hip width apart. We're going to do a bridge. So hands next to your hips. On your next inhale, lift your hips up vertebrae by vertebrae. So you're peeling your back off the ground. Hold it here for a couple of breaths. And then on your next exhale, slowly roll down each vertebrae until you get to your hips. We're going to go a little faster this time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. I think there's one more. I wasn't paying attention. Inhale up. And exhale down. We're going to do a longer one this time. We're going to go all the way up, but I want you, before we do that, grab the sides of your mat if you have it. Otherwise, if you have a towel, maybe you can pull between both hands. That's fine too. On your next inhale, you're going to lift up. And then I want you to pull apart that mat so you really are pressing those hips up as you pull. Pull, pull, pull. Or if you have a towel, pull the towel apart. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. And exhale down. Grab a block if you have it. This time I want you to put your hips up into that bridge and then put the block on your, like right on top of your hips or your sacrum. And then let it stay there. If you don't have a block, just maybe you have a really thick pillow you can put underneath. Something to know for next time. You can have your hands on your stomach. You can have them by your sides with the palms up. Or you can cactus them. I always feel like cactus feels good. And just breathe and enjoy the pose. On your next inhale, lift the hips up, get rid of the block. And exhale, hips down, roll it down. Bring your hands to your knees and lift up your feet. So if it feels more comfortable, you can always lift more to the sides towards your armpits. We're going to inhale, take the knees out away from you to straighten your arms. And then exhale, bring the knees back in. Inhale out. Exhale back in. Inhale out. Exhale in. One more time. Inhale out. Exhale in. Feel free to rock side to side. That feels good. Maybe do some hip circles. Now I have one more recovery pose I would like to share with you. You can always just stay here with your feet on the ground and let your knees fall center. Or you can do a butterfly while laying down if that feels good. Another option, especially if you hunch over a lot like me, is I'm going to say grab your towel and I want you to fold it over again. So it's going to be long. And this towel is going to be under your heart, basically. So it's going to give you like a little heart opener. Get a scooch to where it feels good. There we go. Oh, and things crack for me already. So that pushes my heart out a little. You can, again, stay here and let the knees fall center. This is probably better if you have lower back pain. Otherwise, feet can come together. You can let the knees fall down, or if you have blocks, you can put them underneath your legs. That feels good. That feels great. Okay, I'm doing that. So hands can be on your stomach or cactus. I'm going to stick the stomach. That feels better. Especially since my heart is being pushed to the ceiling. You can always play with the height of the blanket underneath your chest. If you feel like you need more stretch, just make it higher. Or if you just don't like it, take it out. If you want to make it really high, you can always use a block. And maybe we'll do that in another video. You can stay here if you'd like, or you can get rid of the blocks and the towel and just lay in your Shavasana. When you're ready, and if you have props still, go ahead and remove your props. And then roll over to one side. Whatever side feels good. And when you're ready, slowly push your way up to seated. Cross your legs or sit on your feet if that's more comfortable. And we did it. Hopefully that was nice and relaxing and you got something out of it. It's nice to get away from the computer. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you have any questions or comments, you know where to find me. And namaste. Yay, we did it. Let me know in the comments if you, or message me, whatever. Let me know if you want anything specific next time. If you want it to be a little tougher, or if you like that beginner's level, just let me know. Have a wonderful weekend. 3-day weekend. We did it.